What up, yo? This your boy EC22, and this is the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Once again, we are here on Tuesday. It is Tuesday.
Oh no.
That is not a problem with your screen. That is my Spectrum. I've been struggling with Spectrum. So this how it's gonna go. Please keep on. When I get froze up like this here, keep on going. Simmer, just keep talking. Because Spectrum has really been bugging me. And I'm waiting on AT&T to fix it in this neighborhood, but they've been bugging. But anyway, y'all, here we are. Like I said, like, subscribe, share, leave comments. Most of all, leave comments because I want you to join this conversation. Thank you guys for watching. We got a lot to cover. This your boy EC22, and we got our co-host today is Simba, the Pride. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? How you doing? I'm glad to be back on, man. It's been a long time. So,
Bruh, yeah, it has. It's been a while since we've seen you. David should be joining us lately if he can. But yo, man, getting started, y'all. For those who know me personally, y'all, it's been a long week. It's been a crazy week. We had a death in our family. So RIP to my cousin Charlie Johnson. So to all the Johnson family out there, to all my extended family, the Kenny Brews, the Roebucks down in East Texas, from East Texas all the way down to Beaumont, Galveston. You know who you are. As far as all the way as to the Carolinas, I mean to the DMV area. My cousin Daniel, man. If you guys watch, tuning in. Shout out, much love. We're gonna miss out my big cuz Charlie. So there we have it. Let's get that out the way now. Simba, we're gonna start this thing off. We got a lot to cover. And I'm gonna let you hit it. We're gonna hit it fast. We're gonna hit it hard. MMA. There has been some rumblings, but I'm gonna let you start this off because I don't want to jump the gun and get into MMA because the things I'm hearing is funny to me. Go ahead, kick it off, brother.
so first off, just want to send my condolences to the Johnson family and Charlie, and praying for their family always.
Much love, brother.
But as far as the MMA and UFC, I think it's a crazy landscape that is entering right now because for the people that don't know, UFC and MMA are not the same thing. MMA is a sport, and UFC is just a company
Right.
that does mixed martial arts. But I think right now fighters are getting paid more than they ever have. I think that's something that's changing. The landscape of MMA is changing with the new Paramount deal that the UFC just did, $7.7 million.
Yeah.
So I think,
Is that a long time in the coming? Because I know they've been back and forth with different deals, going in deals, backing out of deals. So this is something that's going to stick and stay for Dana White and the whole UFC community.
yeah, I think a lot of people. It goes back to like the viewership. I think a lot of people don't watch MMA because like you have to pay for it to watch the big fights,
Right.
on top of paying for ESPN Plus.
Me.
So so
Yeah.
you're paying so much money to watch like what could be 5 seconds of a fight.
Facts.
So now with Paramount Plus, I think it helps with the viewership and allows people to watch MMA with just the $10 prescription or $10 subscription with Paramount,
Yeah.
not having to pay, and it's just there. Like you just go on your app and you can watch all the pay-per-views and all of the fights. So I think the fan base is going to grow more. I think even with the fan base growing more, I think a lot of fighters are, like I said, going to get paid differently, and I think that's going to make them grow as far as superstars. $7.7 million. That's a lot of money to distribute to all your fighters when the ESPN deal that they did last wasn't even close to that. Like I don't even think they were getting $1 billion a year from that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I remember like 1993 that's when the UFC started, right?
I believe so, yes.
It seemed like it's been around not that long because I remember I was in high school in 1993, but I just remember, the what was that tough man competitions way back in the day when Butterbean was coming out. This is the early days in MMA, and of course we saw the emergence of Strike Force through all this situation. But UFC was a different breed because UFC was all about trying to find who had the best fighting style.
Yeah.
So speak to a little bit about that, and then how crazy it was the early days of UFC.
Yeah, the UFC is crazy because like now that I've gotten so into it, like I want to know like why it is the way it is. So I've been like watching stuff and like watching interviews, but like UFC was always meant to be like, okay, let's see whose fighting style is the best. Like you said, like they'll pick like a guy who does karate, a guy
Right.
who does taekwondo, a guy who specializes in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and just make them all fight under the same umbrella to
Yeah.
where it's not separate, and then see who comes out on top, which I think has made the sport evolve to where now athletes, kind of like how it is for basketball, where now kids are learning to do things earlier. That's how it is for mixed martial arts. They're learning how
Yeah.
to wrestle earlier, they're learning how to control on the ground earlier, strike earlier, defend themselves earlier. So I think you're going to see the best version of fighters now.
I
Uh,
mean, you had politicians trying to ban this sport early on because you're talking about you got, like I say, no, you're one style of fighting versus another style of fighting. But what got us all in the early days, there was no weight class.
yeah,
You can have a 120-pound guy fighting a big 300-pound dude, and we saw that a lot of times. And then we know the brutal nature of mixed martial arts, just ground and pound. The rules wasn't really identified like they are now. You can kick a dude in the groin, you can hit him in the head, you can elbow him, you can, you do all types of crazy stuff. And it was so violent,
yeah,
And I don't know if you remember. I remember it had to been in that like early 2000 to where we saw what MMA was doing, trying to do on, but it went completely on social media. It went online to where now you got the Kimbo Slices and all them other guys that was out there doing it. You had the backyard brawls we saw. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of crazy stuff that kind of spun when people saw this type of stuff. And then now we're kind of getting it back. You know what I'm saying? The laws had to get involved. Obviously, Dana White had to come in and put some guidelines with the UFC and made it what it is today.
yeah, I agree. I think because I used to watch the same thing in the Kimbo Slice backyard. Those are brutal fights,
Man.
brutal fights. And I agree with the notion that like MMA is something hard to watch for people when it comes to like just the violence of it. But I think more with the Paramount Plus deal, people will get the chance to actually sit down and listen. Like I think part of it is listen to the commentary when you're watching
Right,
a fight, because then
right,
you realize how technical a fight is. It's not just them just like going out there and just swinging their arms, and like there's so much skill to what they're doing out there.
right.
So I think a lot of these things are going to be showcased throughout the next 7 years of this deal that they have.
Man, that's so cool, man. But I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I was talking to some guys about this yesterday. I'm gonna tell you this big secret. For a long, long time, brother, I did not like Dana White. And I'm gonna tell you why. It had everything to do about the way I felt like, and I could be wrong, but I felt like that when they decided to bring women into the sport, at least on the UFC side, because we knew Strikeforce already had them. I felt like it was a paper champion out of Ronda Rousey, and I still think she's a paper champion. And no disrespect to her, I say that, but I'm disrespecting. That's so crazy. Like, okay, let me just okay. I don't care what type of heat I get. I still feel like she was a paper champion. But I felt like there were better women in Strikeforce that could have came up. And we know Strikeforce like that breeding ground, that holding pattern for people to get called up to the UFC. But there were so other women he overlooked, like a Gina Honorama and our girl Christina Cyborg that could have came up and been that, who was already a champion. There's not a woman in the world that was ready to fight Christina Cyborg, but yet here you are, you bringing this woman up. And she was willing to fight Ronda Rousey, but they out through all the steroid allegations out there and screwed that whole thing up. And so I didn't like Dana White for that. I'm like, okay, man, guy, you wanted to make a paper champ out of Ronda Rousey, fine. You didn't like the Brazilian girl. Okay, I get it. And then Amanda Nunes came out of nowhere and put in everybody's tail.
Yeah, that the women's side is different because it just came later on, and like it wasn't like a draft or anything like that where they got to like pick
Facts.
the UFC. It was kind of like who wants to do business with the UFC. If you do, and we're working together and it's going good, then we'll sign you. But if not, then like we go
Right.
with other organizations. And I think a part of it also is the UFC has like a very structured way of paying fighters, and some people aren't used to that. Like you have to start at the bottom at the little bit with the UFC. Like you're gonna get a show.
Good, Bob.
So like I don't know, it's just different. I think Ronda Rousey is definitely one of the reasons why UFC is popular the way it is, though, for sure, because she put women's MMA on the map for sure. But now it's like the skill level. I'll say this about Ronda Rousey: the skill level of the women's fighters now, she could not mess with them now.
No.
Like, like the fight that's gonna happen in November with Valentina Shevchenko and Zhang Weili, like,
Yeah.
she's not touching those women when it comes to skill for skill. But she definitely put the UFC on the map.
Right. What up, Lou and Bob? I'm like Bob. A lot of us grew up watching boxing, and so when MMA came in, it was just like, man, we appreciate. I mean, as men, we like to see the violent nature of the sport, right? But sitting down and enjoying a good match, we didn't really get that up front of the UFC because, like you said, it was, you know, what I'm saying 20, 30-second fights and stuff like that, and you spend all the money for pay-per-view. But we got there with the Tyson days too. But we just felt like, you know, boxing, what we grew up on, that's what we knew. So it was hard to get into. And then our wives, like my wife, you know what I'm saying, when she watched the first MMA fight with me years ago, and she looked at me like, what are you watching? This is stupid. Like, I don't get it, Eric. Like, is this what you're doing when I'm not around? I'm like, no, we're men. What up, Lou? But that's just what that is, man. And I love it. But you know what? I heard Dana White speak on he was on Shannon Sharp's podcast. And he made a comment which this one I started liking him again. He said that he did not want women fighters. He thought women fighters in the UFC, women fighters period, was just dumb. He wanted to protect women. He felt like women need to be in that violent type sport. So against everything he believed and loved, he did not want women in the UFC. But against everything, he decided to go ahead and have that fight with Ronda Rousey. Who was it? Misha Tate, something like that, or High Holmes, one of them two that came up. And he didn't know, it just took off. The world embraced it, and we saw Ronda Rousey on her run, and we saw Amanda Nunes on her run. Now we got these new young ladies coming up. The game has evolved. Amanda's thinking about coming out of retirement, but no, you don't. Chill out where you are. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, and that's just where we got. And so I know I had to really appreciate Dana White for that, you know. And then I heard some other things that was during the pandemic. He chose to pay all his employees out of his own pocket to keep them from hurting the brand and make sure they got all their money. I mean, you know, he's a swell guy on that part. So Dana White, if you heard my earlier comments on this podcast about you, I apologize, brother. I walked on back.
Yeah, that guy has put something together that's. I think he's going a little bit over the top with the slap fighting. I'll say that.
Yeah,
that's over the top for me because that's not a sport to me. Like, you just slapping each other in the face and seeing who's going to fall down first. Like, that's not a sport.
Oh, that's him doing the slap thing?
Yes, that's him.
I didn't know that was him doing the slap, man. That's a man. All right, yeah. See now, yeah, that okay, yeah, that. I mean, yeah, okay, yeah. All right, let's move on to tennis. I don't know if you're into tennis like I am, but man, I love tennis. I just think it's one of those, you know, outside of boxing, you know, that one-on-one competition that it's just you and another person. You're talking about two hours on the court, you know, that at average, just going back and forth is so crazy. So I just want to give a quick update what's going on in the U.S. Open right now. So right now, Yannick Sinner will be facing off against Mancetti tomorrow, 7. You got Auger Aliassime going against D. Minor tomorrow. Nikova Jovi going against the American Taylor Fritz. I need Taylor to get his get back on Novak Djokovic. I don't think it's going to happen, but I want him to get his get back. And then we got the number 2 Carla Alvarez going against Lehecki, and he actually Carla Alvarez already won that. Carlos Alvarez, he's already moved up into the quarterfinals. So there you have it. The women's side of things, man, is a little interesting to me because there's been some drama with the women's side. If you've been watching. You know, you go against the whole situation with Taylor Townsend and the young lady that has some stuff to say about her, calling her classless and stuff like that. So that just went going around. He said, like, stupid, yeah, you know. But, you know, but while I bring that up, Taylor Townsend brought a lot of energy and a lot of fanfare because a lot of people got her back. But she ended up losing. So her couple fights after that, but it is what it is. Right now, as we stand, we got Arina Sabalenka going against Pegula. We got Makovic going against Naomi Osaka. And then we got Sawike. I can't say her name. See, these women names are so weird. And going against Asimova. You know. So Ariana Sabalenka, you know, she is the number 1, and she has been balling all the way out of control. She haven't dropped a set yet. So it's been real fun to watch her get into her bag and do this thing that she's been doing. So I'm really, really loving what she's bringing to tennis. She could be, the new real deal. Um, here's something fun that happened. Our girl, where is it at right here? Karolina Muchova, who's going against Naomi Osaka. A few fights ago, she started crying. She was in the match, put her hands up, stopped, and went off, start crying. And everybody was confused. At the end of the match, I asked her why, and this is why she started crying. She crying because she saw her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, in the stands, and completely and just lost all emotion. was overcome with emotion.
At the U.S. Open, though?
At the U.S. Open. Typically, women cry or people cry after they win a match or if they lose a match. We've seen Coco Gauff crying. We've seen Naomi Osaka cry. We've seen a lot of them cry once they lose a match. But this was during a match. She looked up and she saw ex-boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend, leave that girl alone. Because the rumors come out that, there were some things that, they broke up. And she said he was always popping in places he shouldn't be. And this was one of those times. He knew exactly what he was doing when he popped up, made himself visible in the stands. And she lost it, but she ended up winning the match and she moved on. But I mean, my God, that is some crazy stuff to see, what I'm saying, out of a young lady. But, that's crazy. It is what it is, her life. She going to move on from that. Naomi Osaka, I want to know, can she really, 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 really bounce back? We knew she took some time off because she felt for mental health. A lot of people was throwing racial slurs at her and stuff like that, confused about her heritage, stuff like that. An Haitian father, an Asian mother. It's just a lot of stuff people were saying about her. So she took time off. She's back now. She looked very, very good. She took care of Coco Gauff last round. So we're going to see what she can do with Karolina Muchova.
I will say with her, I'm really happy to see how she bounces back because she was going at one point. And I remember seeing some things online. So I'm glad to see that she's been able to really back in and laser focus now. So.
All right. Y'all know what time it is. Real quick playoff picture for the WNBA, man. It's getting crazy up in here. We're going to hit this real quick. We're not going to be on this long because we got some college football to get into. But in the middle of the pack, we already know Minnesota Lynx has already clinched. Ace has already clinched. Atlanta Dream has already clinched. Phoenix Mercury has already clinched. New York and Golden State, they're still out there struggling. But you got New York, Golden State, and you got Indiana, you got Seattle, and they're all in this cat fight along with the Sparks muddled up trying to figure out who's going to be that 4 through 8 spot. I mean that 5 through 8 spot, though, like those last 4 spots. And it's been a dog fight between these women, man. So keep watching. This is the fun side of any sport when you get down to the playoff picture, man. And I'm gonna tell you, man, the WNBA. Here we are. We are into college football time. Man, before I go, do you have anything to give towards the WNBA as we transition into NCAA?
I'm rocking with the Dallas team at all times when it comes to the WNBA. And one thing that I harped on a lot when I came on the podcast was we talked about how Paige would play in the WNBA. And I went on and on about how she was it. She was everything that she was doing in college, she was going to do the exact same thing in the WNBA. Start off a little slow, but now I feel like people are starting to see like the specialness that she has. Like she really has game to where like I don't think anybody can do anything with her if she continues to get better and grow. So that's the only thing I'll say about the WNBA at this time. I'm excited because last year's playoffs was super exciting and a lot of teams won that I didn't expect to win. I thought the Aces were going to win it last year.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the way that these women are able to compete and play at a high level every single night. Like it's crazy.
And y'all know who have been watching this podcast. Y'all know I'm a big fan of WNBA, and of course I love a lot of sports out there. And I do spend a lot of my time sitting around watching sports. If I can't catch you live, I'm going back and I'm doing because I record everything. You know what I'm saying? And I sit back and just go back and just rewatch. And it's easy to record it when I watch it back. I ain't got to deal with those stupid commercials. But you know what I'm saying? So I just fast forward. But man, everybody, a lot of eyes, not everybody, but there was a ton of eyes watching the WNBA as of last year when Caitlin Clark stepped into the league. But once again, what you guys seeing now, and I can only express this, yes, the game is evolving as far as athleticism. Yes, the game is evolving as far as viewership. But when you start talking about the level of competition, This is mirroring that middle 2000 from 2005 to like 2000 and what 15 ring. Like it was like that was some crazy competition, and then we kind of took a dove off from that. But now we're getting back to where even though you're looking at these teams who didn't make the playoff, like the Dallas Wing obviously got Paige Becker, who you're talking about, who pretty much is transforming the face of the WNBA, stealing a lot of thunder, or at least sharing a lot of thunder from Caitlin Clark. She surpassed all of Caitlin Clark rookie records. So she is who she is. You're looking at Chicago Sky. What up, Drew? What up, man? You coming on live or you gonna watch? Because I sent the wrong link out, brother.
All right. I'll get online.
All right, appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
But so and then you look at Chicago Sky. There's a lot that Angel Reese has to do, but I still think she's gonna be that player that can potentially be maybe not as good as an Asia Wilson or Phoenix Collier, but I think she can stay but basically page her way into in the Hall of Fame in own right. When you look at that Connecticut Sun squad, the Connecticut squad outside of Tina Charles will be a Hall of Famer. They have nothing that anybody can recognize about this squad. Yeah. But everybody is afraid to play that team. They don't look at their record, but everybody's afraid to play the Connecticut Sun, especially as they're positioning themselves for playoffs, because they can win one quick, or they can make you work for one, just like ask the Atlanta Dream the other night. So that's all I got to say about WNBA, y'all. So even though you guys may not watch it, trust me, it's fun watch it. Get involved in it too. And now here we go to NCAA football. Man, look. Have you been watching?
Yes.
Oh my God. I don't even know. First of all, let's start out with this game. UCLA versus Utah. Beat down. But the reason I'm highlighting this game, because of this guy right here. Nico Amaliva. If y'all don't remember this guy, this was the guy who was over at Tennessee who decided that he did not want his, $2 million deal, NIL deal. He thought he should deserve more, so he wanted $4 million deal. Tennessee said, no, we're not giving you, go somewhere else. He went somewhere else. He went to UCLA, took less than the money that Tennessee was going to offer him for his first NIL deal. But here's the ticker. In Tennessee, there is no state income tax. In California, you're taxed 50%. So technically, if in Tennessee, you would have kept most of your money. In LA or UCLA, you're losing half your money. So his contract is upward around by maybe 600-some thousand to play at UCLA. So he took a pay cut and he blew out his first game. So it's like that's the biggest mistake. When you talk about the whole NIL deal, and this is stuff that Nick Saban has been warning everybody about, is it player empowerment or player entitlement, with the NIL deals, you know what I'm saying? Now coaches got to come in and have to talk to agents the way it's going to be in time past. But this is what these kids are. I mean, do you blame the kid? And now we know the outcome, but up front, if you already signed an NIL deal, did you blame a kid for going out there trying to get more based on what he's seen throughout the league? I don't know. What do you got to say?
I don't know if I blame him, because if they put a bag in his face and he at the time believed in his skills enough to.
What up, G? What up, Iran? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I just don't know if, I do agree with Nick Saban, though, because I feel like people played the sport because they loved it and they wanted to potentially go to the next level. Now it's the intentions of playing the sport now are just all messed up, because now you have people that are playing the sport just for the money. Now when something goes wrong, now it's like, oh, I don't have the mental fortitude to be able to push through that. Right. I feel like he may be going through that right now. Like he may be not strong enough to have pushed through what he was going through. So I don't know. It's tough.
Well, I hope it work out for Nico. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave money on the table. That's exactly what he did. I'm gonna leave him money on the table. Go play for UCLA, not all teams. They're not typically known to have a good football program, but he took less money. And I think what happened was, I think he tried to shop himself around. None of the big teams wanted him, and so he had to get on a team that will at least accept him. And then he took less money, and now what we're saying as fans, we're seeing, oh, you lost and got blew out, and you had a terrible game against Utah, this is what the Tennessee staff saw in you. They didn't want to pay you no $4 million. $2 million, yeah, we'll give you that. But $4 million? Like, that's a big jump. You could leave that for 2.5, negotiate for 3 or something, or negotiate for 3 and work down to 2.5. I don't know, but you jumped the gun to $4 million, bro. You something tripping. But hey, he believed in himself, so we can't tell a young man not to believe in his talent, but this time it backfired. The game of, I don't know if it's a game of the week, but this is what everybody's been talking about. This has been trending. Let's go and get this out of the way. Texas and Ohio State, man, what do you see out of this game here?
I was very disappointed, but I felt like this could have possibly happened, this type of game, this ugly type of game, only because, I mean, if you really think about it, Arch didn't really play that much last year. He only played on certain downs, and like he had a couple games where he played, but it wasn't against like the elite of the elite when it comes to college football. So now that you're putting him in this position, like first game, Ohio State, good defense, like I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for this first game. But if this continues, then like you have to start looking at other options or whatever, because he didn't look good on Saturday. Like point blank, like he did not look good. And they started to wake up late with 4 minutes left, but like at that point, like you don't have no momentum. So, and this defense has been beating you up for 3.5 quarters. So
here's my question. Here is Arch Manning overrated. I'm gonna say what, because when I've been watching media, and this is what I've been tripping off of, you got all these sports writers, all these mainstream media guys and media people like myself. I never had an opinion about Arch Manning, and you can go back and check through all the tapes of this show. I didn't really have an opinion other than what other people were saying. I knew I haven't seen much out of him. I wanted them to bench Quentin Ewers last year so I could see more out of this kid in those big games, not the little games he got in and won when Quentin when was hurt or whatnot, right? I wanted to see more, so I really couldn't pull the anointing all out on him. But now everybody who's praised him, who's made him already a front runner, not now, but before he played one game, has already made him a front runner for the Heisman, who've been drinking his Kool-Aid because he's a Manning. Now all of a sudden they're trying to walk back their statement saying, oh, and saying what you just said. Well, we haven't really seen him play that much. Don't do that now. I mean, for really, y'all literally, I have not heard nothing from Arch. Every information I got from this kid had come from the people putting him out there, putting all that pressure on him. He know he ain't played in big-time games, but y'all done made this guy a superstar overnight, and now he come up short. So the question is, to all you listening, is Arch Manning overrated? I mean, we got to talk about it.
He very well could be. He could be. I'm not going to lie, because the signs that I saw on Saturday did not look good. Like the type of reads he was making, just the panic. It didn't look calm in there. Like, I don't know. With him, it's different because now he is the guy. Like, he has to be the guy for them. And they've put this entire offseason for him to perform now. And he got a chance to test it against the best of the best. I mean, this is national champions. There's no one else that you can test it like better against. So we'll have to see. I think next week they'll have a better chance for him to be able to come out and maybe score some points. But we'll see.
And see, and I like what Aaron's saying, because this is what I've been saying. He said, you're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Nobody had the same, they didn't do the same for Shedeur.
That's true.
Thing, and this is what I know Shannon Sharp was talking about it. And I was in the conversation with my boy Drew this weekend. It's like, we saw what we saw. At the end of the day, we saw what we saw. And when you're looking at Shedeur, and sometimes people shy away from trying to compare players and situations and saying they're different because X, Y, Z, but they're not different. Yeah. They're not different. And I don't want to have to go back and if you don't know how Shedeur got treated, you've been living under a rock. You know what I'm saying? This kid has been, I mean, literally a week ago, Simba, he was slated to be the front runner for the Heisman Trophy, and we ain't seen nothing out of this cat. I mean, where they do that at? Shedeur, and here's the thing. Shedeur leaves Jackson State to go take on a Colorado team that won one game the year before, wins his game, a big game against TCU. Oh, TCU lost a lot of players to the draft, so they really wasn't a team. But before the game, y'all said they're going to get their butts whooped. He beat that team, or then y'all make, well, he only won a team because of that. And he turned around and played Colorado State, beat them, and then, of course, when he finally play a big team, he loses. All of a sudden now, they oh, Shedeur ain't this, Shedeur ain't that, and I get all that, right? And then, oh, well, he should be playing for a bigger team. Colorado not a big team. All this other stuff. But at the end of the day, if Archie Manning is supposed to be the front runner for the Heisman Trophy, don't make no excuse of him because he played Ohio State. That's who he's supposed to play. We didn't want him to see him playing Buffalo, Pine Bluff, or Mississippi. We wanted to see him play another Power 5 team, a top team, and then he couldn't handle that type. So at the end of the day, he's overrated. Let me see what Lou got to say. Oh, no, Lou. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that on this show, Lou. We ain't. See, no. I get it. I get that it's not the kid's fault. But look. Did he come back and tell the media, y'all listen, I'm not that guy. He didn't come back. He didn't come back and tell nobody to stop believing the hype. He lived up to it. He ran with it. I'm pretty sure he got some NIL money because of the hype. So at the end of the day, like, no. If I would love to be wrong. If he come out in week 5 and this the only game he lost, okay, we'll talk about it in week 5 because the FairWeather Fan channel, we have the right to change our mind. But as of right now, Simba, he is overrated. It's not too early to say he's overrated. You know what? I'm sorry. I did tell everybody, Simba, that that I want them to join this conversation, that their opinions and their views matter. So I'm not going to run my guest off by fussing at them. It's after one game, guys. Absolutely after one game. That's my opinion, G, but keep it coming. Correct me. Oh, man, overrated. What I mean by overrated is not to saying that he's not a good quarterback. But what I'm saying, I'm talking about the overrated. Like, there are a lot of great quarterbacks who I think have shown us already in the time they played that they can be at least a front runner for the Heisman, like the kid out of LSU, like the kid over at South Carolina. Those are your good front runners for Heisman as of right now for what they've shown in their first game, right? Mm-hmm. You're talking about a guy who haven't shown us anything, and y'all push him up to winning a Heisman. That's called overrated. Overrated, that don't mean that you're bad. Overrated meant that they shot you too far above a mark, right? You're good, but they're calling you great. How can we call you good or great if we haven't seen you be good yet? And we haven't seen him be good yet. So that's all I'm saying. So yes, in my definition of overrated, which I gave you, I think he's overrated to the mark they gave him. Will he be a good quarterback for Texas? We still got to wait to see. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying he's not no Heisman candidate right now. Mm-hmm. All right. Man, I was oh, he don't threw LeBron and everything. Oh my God. I get it. Man. LSU Clemson. That was a pretty decent game. Clemson fell short, you know. Does this make LSU, that win over Clemson, does it make them the front runner, or can they win the SEC? Is this LSU that team that can win the SEC? What do you think?
I don't know if I'm ready to give them that yet, honestly. I don't feel like I didn't see the offensive firepower that I expected from them in that game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In order to be able to take control like that over the whole SEC.
Yeah.
I think they played good in spurts in that game. They had good drives. They had good drives on both ends. Even defensively, they had good drives where they got stops early. So I think it's too early for me to be able to say that they're able to take over the entire SEC when I need to see like dominance from LSU in order for me to think that.
Well, I don't answer that question. No, I don't think they can take the SEC, but I put that there because I really want them to. And for those who don't know, I'm a Big 12 fan, right? If I root for any team in the SEC, it will be Oklahoma and Texas because they're formerly Big 12, but I will not. I'm struggling. If Texas or OU are not front runners, I want LSU to be front runner. I'm sick and tired of the SEC thinking they run every dang thing. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see LSU win it all or be that team. I hope so. But, you know, I'm just still in my feelings because Texas and OU left the Big 12. So forget y'all. Hope y'all don't win another game. Here's another talk of the town, man. Alabama and Florida State, man. Listen, first of all, man, congratulations to Florida State, man. Getting themselves back into the win column, man. Getting eyes back on them because it was dark for them. They go from being an undefeated team and missing out in the playoffs into having a terrible year they had last year, ready to fire the coach. And here they are. They come back and they beat Alabama. But most people saying, hold on right now because this is not the same Alabama team that we're used to seeing. And so they're not ready to put knowing all out on Florida State. They're going from unranked all the way up to the number 14 spot overnight after beating Alabama. So it is what it is, This guy, was it Tommy Castellano? They don't have Nick Saban to save you. Put it on a T-shirt, sir. That's what and now he's selling that merchandise. Nobody, and I've been saying this, and I couldn't wait for this to happen. I've been saying this for the last 5 years. Nobody should be scared of Alabama. But Alabama has been having folks trembling in their boots, and now here we are. This guy said he put it on out there. So he's still talking about, let's go ahead and see what Lewis got to say. He's walking back to the Texas game. If it was should do it instead of, Yep. Okay, I get it.
It's fair.
That's fair. And we'll talk about SMU. SMU. Our guy Kevin Jennings over at our former quarterback of South Cliff Golden Bears, now taking over SMU. He took over last year, won his first game this year. Wasn't impressive win. I'm still looking for more out of him. He won the game, but he looked okay. That one interception got me, what I'm saying? And he still got to make the right decision, because this is what we saw against Clemson and in the playoff, what I'm saying? So I want him to bounce and shake that off and get better. But man, back, Nick Saban can't save you. This dude said this before they played. Everybody laughed at him. Everybody felt like he was trash talking. Everybody felt like, man, this kid everything was wrong with Florida State. They was coming after his head. And did he live up to all of it? What do you think about this game, man?
One, I think I didn't expect this. I'll say this, just based off of Florida State's previous season last year. I didn't think that they would be able to turn it around that quickly and into that magnitude of like playing a team who has a name like Alabama. But the game was interesting because they were putting it on them early too.
Yeah.
And that was something that I was like, wow. Me personally, the way I grew up was Alabama's defense was it. Like, you weren't scoring on them. Like, they had the best defensive line, best linebackers. That's how I always grew up. So to see this side of Alabama is weird, honestly. Like, to see them lose is not something that I'm used to. I'm not even a fan. It was kind of like the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like, they just win every single year. But the dude saying that about them, saying Nick Saban can't save you, that's G.
That's cold.
That's cold. Because
wear it on your chest.
before the game, too. Like, he can't save you. So I like the trash talk, though.
Yeah, I love it, man. So the pride of college football has been Alabama. The pride of SEC has been Alabama. And you're talking about taking over from Nick Saban, Kalen DeBoer. Man, he's in the hot seat. Because Alabama, you can't be an organization, an institution that have decades of success, and then this is what it's turning into. Like, we're looking at their roster. There's nothing on the roster that's worth looking at for the most part. Nobody's afraid of them. You're just getting called out by a Florida State team that people have forgotten about. You lost that game, and based on their schedule, you're going to lose more. You're playing in the toughest conference. You know what I'm saying? You just dropped 13 spots into the rankings. Well, I think they should have got off the top 25, but, it's the SEC, so they're not going to let them do that. Kalen DeBoer have a $70 million buyout. That's a lot of money to tell a coach to kick rocks because you're trying to save your organization.
Yeah.
I think it was the guy out of A&M, Jimbo, I think who it was, that they paid him $76 million to get out, to buy him out because they didn't want him no more. But this is a lot of money for Alabama because that's what they're dealing with. If they and they don't have, Alabama can't afford to have a losing season this season. Not for that institution. So Kalen DeBoer, man, listen, you're in the hot seat, brother. $70 million buyout or not. Hey, man, if you may pay, I'll walk away with $70 million. Shoot, I'll be on the golf course every day without $70 million. But it is a fall from grace. And I know it's hard for him to take over Nick Saban, but you're not only just taking over for Nick Saban, you're taking on the pride of college football. And how y'all selecting people? I mean, I don't know. NIL is messing it all up because people can go where they want to go now and make big money. And this is what Nick Saban got out for, and this is what he predicted, that now they don't have all the leverage. We don't have the glorious name Alabama that's going to get all the recruits now. People are going to be making money elsewhere, so they're going to spread this thing around. And so that's what makes college football fair, in my opinion. So he say, appreciate it, Billy.
Appreciate that, Billy.
You say you'll take $6 million to walk away, Aaron. I figured. Forget the $7 million. So Notre Dame. Our guy, Marcus Freeman, falls to Miami. That was a good game, though, man. They were still in it. They had a chance to win. It was a good game. That was a very exciting game. What do you think about that game, brother?
I'll say this one thing about this game, and I saw some people online talking about Carson Beck. You know, he's a good quarterback. Okay, I'll give him. He doesn't like suck or anything like that. Like I'm not gonna give him that title.
Oh, he been in the goddamn NCAA for what, 20 years?
Well, man, he's I don't know how he's continuing to just finesse this money out of all these schools the way he is. Because
he's going on his 6th year in the NCAA. Okay, so it's his final year. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's not that good to me. He's not.
Nope.
I don't think that it could, because I was looking at it today. I watched it again. I was looking at the 2 touchdowns that he threw. The receivers made the play for him. They made the play. When he threw the deep one, not the one-handed one, but the deep one, he had to come under it. He had to flatten out his route to come under it. And then the one-handed, that was because he's athletic. That's why he made that catch. So I think the plays that he's making, how many times he got stopped on 3rd down, was ridiculous for somebody who's getting paid that much money to go play, especially after what Cam Ward just did for them.
Yeah.
Just coming off of that and then just going to Carson Beck, I don't think that that big of a drop off is being talked about enough, because they're going to see it. They're going to see that there's levels to this.
Yeah, I mean, I was not to say confused. I mean, when you start looking at a quarterback that can take over for Cam Ward, why not a veteran quarterback who's been in this thing 5 years, going into 6th year? I mean, the kid can spin the ball. He's good. He just never stood out amongst the great. But he was always, and one year I think he was named, at least last year, he was kind of in the Heisman Trophy conversation. And then, then towards the end, he started kind of falling off because we saw, saying what Ashton Gentry was doing and then what Travis Hunter was doing. So it kind of took him out of the conversation, because usually they want quarterbacks in there, but you couldn't deny Ashton and you couldn't deny Travis Hunter. So if you didn't have those 2 performances, it would probably been 3 quarterbacks, maybe 4, in that conversation. But, I think, and that's what that is. But man, the U is back. That's what Ivan just said. Ivan said the U is back. Hey, listen, man, they had a star-studded outing. They had what Michael Irvin there, Jimmy Jones was at the game. They had a Ray Lewis at the game. Man, it was there, man. It was good to see the U back. Now, can they sustain the momentum? That's the big question. They look good. They look good.
You don't sound too convinced on that one.
I mean, because I'm rooting for SMU in the ACC, so it's kind of biased. I mean, I don't think SMU. I mean, they got to show me more to be that front runner ACC. But we're going to see. Big 12. I'm a Big 12 fan, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I loved every bit of this game, because we started not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before last. We started. I think it was Kansas State and was that Iowa State, whatever started this thing off, and it was a bad performance with 3 turnovers in the first half. Big 12 had the honor of starting this thing out, and we didn't show the world what we're capable of as Big 12. We didn't bring the energy second half, maybe. So I was kind of disappointed in Big 12. And since then, Big 12 teams that haven't been, Texas Tech beat Pine Bluff like something. So, yeah, I'm good on that. But to watch our TCU Horned Frogs, go Horned Frogs over here in Fort Worth, man, to take on Bill Belichick's UNC, I love every bit of that slashing. The Big 12 is back. Maybe the best conference in football is the Big 12. Y'all heard it here first on the FairWeather Fan channel. Okay, what y'all say? Forget Big 10, forget SEC, forget the ACC. No, I'm tripping, though. But, man, that UNC squad, Belichick couldn't took over a worse program. And I get it. You want to show what you can do as a coach. You want to be able to try to take a team that's not great and pull them on up. That's what Deion is trying to do with Colorado, and we've seen this when he lost his first game, but I guess that's the object, right? What can he do with this team?
You see, I don't have the answer to that. Like, I don't know. Because I just feel like with him in particular, it's so hard for it was ever hard for me to envision the fact that he would coach college kids just because of like the level of success he's had in the NFL, like the type of people that he's coached, and like what I've seen from him in videos, the way he coaches. Like, can a college kid take that like on a day-to-day basis? I know they get yelled at and stuff like that, but Bill Belichick getting yelled at by Bill Belichick, like that's different. Like you're putting a lot more pressure on him, but like, oh, this guy knows football and he's yelling at me, telling me I'm not doing my job. I just think that it was all around. It was a bad decision to go coach college. I think he should have either pushed harder with the media. Well, I know he was doing the media for a while. For a season. Or he should have just called it quits, I feel like. I know he's trying to do good. I know that. He's turning the program to he's football. But as far as building a program, I don't see it, to be honest.
I'm going to tell you this. NIL. Most of these college coaches don't have as much experience dealing with contracts. This guy does. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Bill Belichick, I mean, as long as being in the NFL, he's dealt with contracts, he's dealt with agents, so he know how to handle people, players, and their money. He know how to handle that. And this is what college football is going to, right? So you're talking about Bill Belichick know how to get out there and woo them players over. You're talking about being able to find these kids money. You know how many contacts he got? You know how the man is everywhere. Just because he's not coaching an NFL team, you know what I'm saying, or he wasn't coaching at all, now he's back in coaching college, he still got relationships. He can find some money for these students. You know what I'm saying? He can make these NIL deals work, and he's so used to doing it. These new college coaches are still trying to get used to this. You know what I'm saying? He's already experienced it. They've done it at a high level. And they ain't talking about the monions that they were talking about in NFL. You're talking about dealing with $100, $200 million contract. They're talking about $2 or $3 million for a kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he can handle this. And I think with that energy and building a program to UNC, I think it's going to be much, because if Deion can do it with Colorado, I know Bill Belichick can do it with UNC. It's just going to take time. It's going to take time. And I think over time, he's going to build a great program. Kids will want to go play for him because he knows what the heck he's talking about. He got championship pedigree. I think it'll work as long as he want to make it work. As long as the institution and the players and all his coaches buy into his system. If you buy into his system, it'll work. It'll work just fine for him.
I think one thing also that he's going to have to pay a lot of attention to is the fact that, like, in the NFL, I feel like it's a little bit more structured as far as like the loyalty that you have towards your team because you know you're under contract. How is he going to be able to deal with a kid saying, I'm going to come back next year, and he doesn't come back next year? Like, what are you going to do at that point? Like, how are you going to react? How are you going to be able to control your team in that sense? So I just haven't seen it. So I can't believe that it's possible for him based on his personality and his coaching style. But
here Aaron left the comment. I think he probably answered that question. You know, if he can find an IG model, he can find a blue chip job. That probably comes with some of the kids' NIL money. You know what? You sign with our team, you get an IG model. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? $2 million in IG model. You ain't gonna get there nowhere else, bro. I got the hookup for you.
Yeah, that's real right there. You'll get them all the prospects.
All them kids be coming over like, hey, I'm going. What kind of? It's gonna be like the quote unquote White House here in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? What Michael Irvin played for. We cannot say what went on in the White House, but there was something going on. Bill Belichick gonna have some type of program run over. He gonna make it work for them young boys. I should be saying it, y'all. That's disrespectful to college. I'm sorry, y'all. I take that back. Y'all don't listen to me. I'm just playing. Here we are. We're gonna end the show. NFL football start this week. Woo! We're back. We're back to football, man. College football, I love it. Great. But we're back to NFL football.
Yes.
The gridiron of gridirons. You talk about, man, we about to see it, man. All that's about to happen, man. Here on Thursday night, Cowboys versus Eagles, man, started out, man. So we're going to end the show like we always do. Those of you who are watching, please watch. Keep on, stay on with us. We're gonna do some pick'ems, man. Let's go ahead and we're just gonna call it out. Y'all leave your comments in the chat so I record it later on or who you pick. Starting out Thursday night, Cowboys versus Eagles. Who you got, brother?
Eagles.
Woo, fly, Eagles fly. I got them too. Y'all leave me your comments, man. Who you got for this game, Cowboys, Eagles? And I don't want to hear your long, drawn-out reason why the Cowboys going to win this game because I know you Cowboy fans are trolling me right now. No, you can't. You can leave any comment you want, and I will respond. You know what I'm saying? But who you think is going to win this game? God dang. He said Cowboys will be a major flop. He said Eagles by 17. All right, Lou.
I agree with you, Lou. I might say 30, actually.
30? Dang. All right, then. Friday night, Chiefs versus the Chargers. Who you got?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs on that one.
Yeah. I'm going with the Chiefs on that as well, man. Oh, man. I was a healthy Dak owns the Eagles. See, I knew it. Jonathan G say the Eagles. We got one take for the Cowboys. Lou got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. You got the Chiefs. So right now we got 3 that are going for the Chiefs. Moving on to Sunday, the Cardinals and the Who Dey Saints.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals on this one. I think the Saints quarterback situation is still kind of iffy, so I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Yeah, they gave Rattler the job, so we'll see. We got everybody swooping the Chiefs. Nobody took the Chargers, so now we're going on to the Cardinals, the Saints. I got the Cardinals as well. You know what? I really wanted to pick the Saints, but I changed my mind. I'm going with the Cardinals. Y'all keep it coming. Okay, so we got Irons going with Arizona. Appreciate that. Y'all keep it coming. All right, Dolphins and the Colts.
I'm rocking with the Colts. It's my squad, so.
You know what? Respectfully, I totally understand. You got to stick with what your emotions tell you. That is emotional pick. That's all it is. I totally understand, and I'm not going to take it away from you. I'm going with the Dolphins on that one. Tyreek Hill was not named a captain because of all his offseason antics for the Dolphins. Cheetah, Tyreek Hill. Well, you got to earn it, and it's what the team wanted. So there he is. Oh, we got Dolphins. We got one taker for the. Oh no, Billy said the Saints. Billy was in my heart. It says Cowboys. My wallet says the Eagles. I see on that. Oh, that's hilarious. I told you with you on that, man. We got Dolphins. We got Miami by 3. That's it. Okay, I ain't mad at you, Lou. We got Dolphins. Oh, there we go. Let's keep it rolling. So now we got oh man. Raiders and the Patriots. I already know this. I'm going with the Patriots.
Me too. Patriots.
Got Patriots. Who we got coming in? What's that? Daniel Jones will never get my God dang.
Shout out to my boy Brandon Crossley. He plays for the Patriots, number 37. So
he said, well, so he don't like their coach. No, hold up. Daniel Jones. Who Daniel Jones play for?
Colts. Starting quarterback.
Oh, that's right. He did win the job over Anthony Richardson. That's right. He said so. He's going against the Colts. He's going to Miami. We got New England. We got hold up. Aaron, I said don't give me the long drawn explanation, but I need an explanation why you're choosing the Raiders. I just give me a brief explanation why you choose the Raiders, and I'll get you. Andrew is picking the Pats. I appreciate that. The Patriots. All right, now here we got the Steelers and the Jets. I know I'm going fast, guys, because we're running out of time. The shot clock is running, so we're trying to get on out of here. Steelers and the Jets.
I'm gonna go Steelers. I think it's gonna be I think there's gonna be a heated game, but I think it's gonna be the Steelers. I'm pull it out.
Man, I wanted to say the Jets so bad on this, but I just haven't seen all what the new coach can do, and I'm not sold out on a quarterback yet. I think he can be, but I think Mike Tomlin is about the mind of Aaron Glenn, so that's what that is. All right, then. He said his reason for picking the Raiders was simply one or two were Ashton Gentry. Oh, we got Steelers all around. We got Steelers from Billy. We got Steelers from Lou. We got Steelers from Bob. We got Steelers from Iron. All right, then. Andrew Williams is picking the Jets. Jonathan G is picking the Jets. Fair enough. And y'all, I do want y'all to understand that this is a FairWeather Fan channel. You do reserve the right to change your mind, but do it before Sunday. All right, then. We got the Giants and the Commanders and NFC East showdown. I think I'm going to say this respectfully for all of us. Can I say that we all would choose the Commanders? Is that those? Do y'all agree with me out there?
Yeah.
Facebook, YouTube is okay to say clean slate Commanders. Why
Yeah.
somebody gonna pick the Giants just because? Probably Jalen G. He probably say the Giants just because.
Somebody,
Giants and the Commanders. Who you got? Comments are coming in. Commanders by 9 by Lou. Iron say Commanders. Bob say Commanders. All right, y'all keep it coming. All right, then here we go. We got the Panthers and the Jaguars. This one was a hard one for me for so many reasons. And I don't know why it was hard.
because they both suck. That's why.
But I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Carolina. I'm liking their energy. I'm liking what they're doing. The Jaguars, man, they supposed to be a better team. They got some pieces to the puzzle, you know what I'm saying? But I just think they're going to be the same old Jags. But I'm going to go with Billy said. Billy said, my heart says Panther, but my pocketbook says Jaguars. So I'm sticking with that one right there. Jags, okay, Andrew Williams picked the Commander. He said, don't he don't care about this game. I appreciate you, Bob. That's totally in it. We're going to have a couple of those where people are not going to be watching the game. That probably be the lowest watch game in all of football.
Yeah.
There you go. Jalen G picked the Panthers, and I think he's trolling on that one. He may just don't like. He don't like sunshine. I don't think, which I totally get it. Oh! We got the Bengals and the Browns. A Dylan Gabriel. No, this is a Joe Flacco led Browns versus the Bengals. Ooh, Mighty Joe and two Joes, Joe Burrow and Joe Flacco. Young Joe and old Joe. I think I'm going with the young Joe because he's my fantasy football quarterback, so I have to.
I think this should be a clean sweep as well. I think the Bengals are. I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, I think it should be a clean sweep.
It should be a clean. And the comments are coming. Andrew did pick the Jags, and other than John picking but then we got everybody's picking Bengals. See, that Jonathan G does it again, picking the Browns. And he's not going to give me no explanation. I'm with you. I'm taking young Joe, too. He said, give me an explanation, G. He's not going to do it, but I want an explanation. Why you choosing the Browns? All right, then. Let's move along to the Buccaneers and the Falcons. This, to me, Shador, is going to probably be the best game we're going to see. It's not a sexy game as far as who's playing, but this is going to be a darn good game. I'm telling you. And I don't know who to pick on this one, so I'm gonna go with the man who takes his helmet off and headbutts his teammate. I'm going with Baker Mayfield. So
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers as well.
Yeah, that dude is a caveman. I think he grew up in Iceland or somewhere. He just won't tell everybody.
No, they're really tough. I think he has the grit to beat any of the the wild card games in the playoffs. I think he could beat anybody.
Also, Iron saying he's picking Deshaun. He's picking Bijan Robinson for the Falcons. Billy's picking the Bucks. Iron. Then they got Robert Falcons. Okay. He said Flacco, the game managers. I'm gonna revisit that in a minute. Okay, and then Jalen G got the Bucks. He said the reason why he's picking the Browns over Cincinnati because Joe Flacco is the game manager, but we all know that Joe Burrow is a game changer. That's the difference. You can't have a game manager going up against a game changer. But G, you have up until 12 o'clock Sunday to change your mind.
As a Colts fan, I saw enough of Joe Flacco last year. I'm not going for that.
49ers and the Seahawks. This may be this game I think will start off and look good the first half, and I think it's going to just completely drop off in the second half. But I watch Red Zone, so guess what? They're not going to show the game if they're not scoring anyway. So
I got the Niners on here.
Yeah, I got the Niners, man. I want to see more out of Seahawks as the season progresses. I really want to like that team so bad. I really do. And I do like them, but that's the one hat I don't wear often. You know, because it was a cheap hat. I didn't want to spend much money on a team that wasn't doing so bad, but doing so well. But I'm going with the 49ers. The Titans and the Broncos. Oh my God. Niners all the way around.
With the Titans and the Broncos, I'm gonna go with the Titans on this one.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of that you took that big leap to just stick with your guns and go with the Titans because you like that quarterback, don't you? You like that quarterback, don't you?
Sure do. Love Cam Ward, man. I think I hope that he turns out to be everything that he's projected to be. Because
so you like Cam Nix over Cam Ward over Bo Nix? Well, you know what? I'm going Bo Nix on this one. And Sean Payton. And I said it. Sean Payton is getting himself out of the doghouse because I didn't like the way he treated Russell Wilson. But now I understand why he did what he did. The young boy was on the come up, so I get what he got. So, yeah. There's another don't care. Bob said he don't care about this game. Wow.
That's fair.
He said he will. Oh, Broncos. I'm not. What you mean by he will? I don't know what that means. Is you talking about Cam or Bo Nix? I don't know. All right, move right along. We getting down to the end. Oh man, we got this. Oh, here we going to some good games right here.
Yep.
Oh, dare I say it?
Good games.
Oh man, this is now. Yeah. All I ask you to do is don't drink too much water during this game because this game will have you on the edge of your seats if you are a diehard fan of the Packers and the Lions because they are going to be in a dog fight. Micah Parsons is over. Not like saying it the Southern way. Micah Parsons is over there at Green Bay, and you got the Dan Campbell-led Lions. So what the Lions and the Packers going to do? The comments are coming in, and somebody I like Cam Ward, but the Broncos found something. Yeah, thank you, Billy. I appreciate you, Billy. He said he was talking about Cam Ward. He will when he said he will. Okay, well, cool. Who we got? Who you taking? Lions or Packers?
I'm like you on this one. Like my heart wants to say the Packers, but my pockets definitely want to say the Lions. Like they definitely want to say the Lions. But I think I'm gonna rock with the Lions on this one, and I think they need some vengeance from last season how it ended.
I won't do this often because I'm at a pick'em. This is a pick'em game for me. I can go either way, but because you said Lions and we're on the same show, I'm gonna say Packers. Not to think that what you're saying is wrong, but just respectfully say, you know what? I don't know what they're doing on this one. I like both teams, I really do, but I'm gonna go with the Packers. And if the Lions win, for me, I get to choose my team all the way up until the last second of the game. So because I'm a fan. See, I'm a fan with a fan. I can do that. Y'all out there, y'all don't wear this tag on your shirt, so I can do it. I know Bob Nabisky is a Packers fan. Go Packs. Yeah. He said Packers because he loves the truth. Oh, love is the truth. I said he loves the truth. Boy, I'm that dyslexic. I mean, I went to public school, y'all, so I can't read that well. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a Jordan Love fan, so I'm going with Packers, but it can go either way for me. Texas and the Rams. God, I want to say Rams so bad. All because I want to say the Rams so bad. I really do, but I'm really rocking with the Texans this year. I really am. I've been wearing their hat all summer long because I've been wearing black and red all summer long. So I'm going to go with the Texans over the Rams, even though I got their running back as my fantasy guy. But I think he's going to put up some numbers anyway. But I'm going to go with the Texans on this. What you got?
You got Joe Mixon on your fantasy?
No, Kyron Williams.
Oh, I was like.
With the Rams, yeah.
But I think I'm going to go with the Rams on this one.
Okay.
I think they have the opportunity to upset the Texans in a big way. I don't know. I need to see a little bit more. I got a good feel of C.J. Stroud's rookie year.
Yeah.
They had a little drop off last year because they had a lot of injuries. He didn't really have his major targets to throw it to. But I think the Rams have had a consistent way, so I'll go with them.
I like it. Texans, but Aaron got Texans and Bob got Texans. All right. The game of the week is coming up next. Matter of fact, I'm not going to even get to that game right now. I'm going to Monday night game. The Vikings and the Bears. How did they get this Monday night primetime spot? I don't know. It's because it had to be because of Ben Johnson and not because of Caleb Williams. It got to be because everybody wanted to see what this new, in my opinion, the new Bill Belichick of the NFL is going to be Ben Johnson. But that guy, that young man is a coach of coaches, man. He is a great coach, man. Great schemes he got out there. That's the only reason why I could think why they made this primetime Monday night spot because, I mean, neither teams have showed us anything. Obviously you got JJ out there. I don't know, but I'm going with the Vikings on this one.
I agree. Vikings all the way. I don't think the Bears have a chance.
I would say he don't trust the Vikings, so he got the Bears. I totally understand that. I ain't mad at you. I don't trust pink fingernails and pink Hello Kitty bags. I'm sorry. I don't trust the guy who cries on the sideline. I know that was 2 years ago, but I'm still tripping off of that, right? Got me emotionally disturbed. So that's who I don't trust. You know what I'm saying? There has been a lot of talk about, can Caleb Williams fit into this structured type offense when it comes down to Ben Johnson, how he wants to run it? Because Ben Johnson wants his quarterback to be a manager. Caleb Williams wants to be a changer. Can he settle down? That's what I don't trust about Caleb Williams. If out of this first game he shows me something else, and then I'll rock with it. But right now, for safety's sake, I'm sticking with the Vikings on this one. And I got Jonathan G is going to Vikings. Robert's going to Vikings. He said Vikings need to beat because he's a Packer fan. So yeah, he don't like the Bears. And we love emotional picks on there, and I appreciate it, Bob. And I've been going through this past, and here we are with overtime, but we're going to go ahead and get this last game, and we're going to talk about this game. Sunday Night Football. You couldn't pick a better spot for Sunday Night Football to kick this thing off. I've been waiting all day for Sunday nights. You got Lamar and you got Josh Allen. Ooh, it's hard to pick this one. It really is.
I don't know who to pick.
It's almost not fair because you know what's going to happen, Simba, out of this game? Whoever loses, this is going to be a big talk.
Yeah.
Are you good enough? You know what I'm saying? Are you overrated? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, and you're playing against each other. You know, you had your biggest stage and you lost. If Lamar loses a game, you know they're going to bring out all the X's and O's and try to throw him under the bus about how not good, or he should have done this, he should have done that. And God forbid if he throws an interception or something. But these are two powerhouse teams playing each other. Two guys play similar. You know, I wish this game be the first overtime game we see and come down into whatever. I don't want to see this game, but my heart's going to tell me I think Buffalo is going to win this game. I think they got a lot of pieces. I think they got a lot more pieces. I mean, Ravens are going to win this game because I think they got a lot more pieces. And we'll see people saying, we go, oh, God. Aaron said Buffalo. Jonathan said Bills. John don't even like, he don't even. He said, I love Josh Allen defense. Bills by 7. I like that.
I'm going with the Bills as well.
God, is it because of the foot? Yeah, what's his name is nursing a foot injury. Somebody stepped on his foot in practice, Lamar Jackson, and he's been nursing that. So we're going to see if he's going to be healthy for that. I mean, he's going to be. He's going to start that game. I just think that he can find a way to win. But I'm not going to sit there and try to make all these excuses why I'm picking Baltimore. I'm picking Baltimore because I tell you what, Sim, I tell you what I'm going to do. If Bills are winning, like Bob says, by 7, and we still ain't got but 3, then I'll change my pick. But right now, I'm going to Baltimore. Because why? I got the fair weather on my chest, baby. Hey, y'all, that's it, man. We've come to the end of the show, man. I really, really appreciate you guys for being on with us, hanging out with us, man. It's been fun. Man, Simba, final thoughts.
I had a lot of fun, man. We got to touch all bases, sports, from MMA to tennis to women's basketball, NFL, college. I had a good time. I think it's an exciting time for sports. I like this time because all the sports are happening at once. And so I'm excited.
Man, I'm excited too, man. For my final thoughts of this. I did a YouTube video on this. It's gonna be real quick. Y'all, I don't know why, particularly in the African American community, why we have to find it necessary to always find something to talk about each other about. Just recently, Ray Lewis has come out and made some comments about Shannon Sharpe and his podcast, and in short, without prolonging the conversation, that he felt that Shannon Sharpe is being different than what he thought he was when they played together. You know what I'm saying? They played together. Shannon Sharpe has stories that where Ray Allen stayed with him and tried to help him get him out of trouble and stuff like that. And maybe through their conversations and through whatever, maybe Ray Allen assumed that Ray Lewis was assumed that Shannon Sharpe was going to be something different in the media. He's saying he don't like the content that Shannon Sharpe is throwing out there. And at the end of the day, man, I get Ray Lewis having this opinion, but at the same time, and I get where he was coming from. He's coming from a Christian standpoint. He felt like that Shannon Sharpe took a different route. He went worldly. And I totally respect his opinion. We're all Christians on the show, and we understand him having that viewpoint. But at the same time, we go to these platforms, and we're showing the division in our own community. Because sometimes just don't have an opinion. And if you have an opinion, just keep it to yourself. Or go to your brother and express how you feel about him, and you guys can air it out. But when we have all these different beefs and stuff like that, it only make us look weird. And as a media person myself, y'all, let's not do that. You know, from Cam Newton and Gilly the Kid, from Cam Newton and RC, you know, from Stephen A. Smith and everybody else, you know, say that's black that he talk about. You know, as a community of black people, especially black men, we got to do better. We don't need to be throwing each other down. It don't mean we have to agree with everybody and agree with each other on everything, but there's always a better way to handle it. That's all I have. I'm throwing it out there in the world. And for you guys for joining us, from Billy to Bob Novinsky to Iron to Lou, Simba, thank you for coming on to the show. To my boy Jonathan G, my boy Andrew Williams is coming in. Man, I appreciate you guys watching the show. This is me, boy EC22. This is the FairWeather Fan channel. Join us every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 7-ish, I guess. I don't know when we ever get off. But it's been fun. I got one more coming. Who's coming in? Jonathan said. Appreciate you, Bob, man, for the love, man. I appreciate you, y'all. Once again, if you're there watching, like this video, subscribe to the channel. You guys done a great job by leaving comments, because guess what? You joined this conversation. That's what we're all about. See you next Tuesday on Facebook, YouTube. This your boy EC22, along with the Pride of the Pack, Simba, and we are out.
Out, man.